Sometimes what we believe about religion isn't really the truth. It's something we heard somewhere from someone and never questioned again. A statement repeated enough times begins to feel like fact, and slowly it becomes part of how we think. One of the most common ideas is that religion only creates division. But if you look deeper, you'll find that most teachings begin with something simple: kindness, patience, understanding. Another belief is that religion and science cannot exist together, that you have to choose one and leave the other behind. But for many people, both exist quietly, side by side, not as enemies, but as different ways of understanding the world. There's also this idea that all religious people think the same, that belief makes everyone identical. But reality is more complex than that. People interpret things differently. They reflect differently. They grow differently. And that's what shapes their understanding. Some say religion is outdated, something from the past that no longer belongs in the present. But for millions of people, it still provides something deeper, a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, a sense of peace in a world that often feels uncertain. Another myth is that religion is only about rules, restrictions, limits. But if you look closely, many of those rules were meant to guide, not control, to create balance, not pressure. And then there's the idea that being religious means you can't enjoy life, that faith takes something away from you. But for many, it does the opposite. It gives meaning to small moments. It adds value to everyday life. The truth is, not everything we hear tells the full story. Sometimes it's only one side. Sometimes it's shaped by personal experiences. And sometimes it's simply misunderstood. But when we never question these ideas, they stay with us, quietly shaping how we see others and how we see something as personal as belief. So what happens when we pause, when we stop for a moment and think? Not with judgment, not with assumptions, but with curiosity. We begin to see things differently. We notice that reality is not as simple as we once thought, that behind every belief there is depth, there is context, there is meaning waiting to be understood. And maybe not everything needs to be accepted immediately, but it deserves to be explored, to be seen clearly, without noise, without bias, because understanding something doesn't mean you have to agree with it. It just means you took the time to see it properly. And in a world full of quick opinions, that alone is rare. So maybe it's not about proving what's right or wrong. Maybe it's about being open enough to question what we've always believed, to let go of what doesn't make sense anymore, and to hold on to what truly brings clarity. Because sometimes growth begins when we stop assuming and start understanding.